Significance of Moses. Moses' early life in Egypt. The birth of Moses occurred at a time when an unnamed Egyptian pharaoh had commanded that all male firstborn Hebrews were to be killed by being drowned in the river Nile. Jochebed, the wife of Abraham, kept her son hidden for 3 months, when she could keep him hidden no more. Rather than him be killed, she sent him in a marsh on the Nile River in a small basket. Moses' sister Miriam observed the tiny basket until the Pharaoh's daughter came to bath with her handmaidens. They found a basket with a baby floating towards them. They picked up the basket, and Miriam came forward and asked the Pharaoh's daughter whether she would like a Hebrew woman to nurse the baby. Jochebed was soon after employed as the child. After Moses had reached adulthood, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew. Moses killed the Egyptian and buried his body. Moses soon discovered that the affair was known and that the Pharaoh was likely to put him to death for it. Moses then fled from Egypt across the Sinai Peninsula. In Midian, he stopped at a well where he protected 7 shepherdesses from a band of rude shepherds. Moses lived in Midian for 40 years as a shepherd. One day Moses led his flock to Mount Horeb, Exodus 3. There he saw a bush that burned. Where Moses came to look more closely, God spoke to him from the bush, revealing his name to Moses and telling him to go back to Egypt and take his people out of Egypt. Egypt, the plagues and the Exodus. After finding out that Moses' real brother was Aaron back in Egypt, and Moses saw him on the way, they went to the Pharaoh and told him that the Lord of Israel wanted Pharaoh to permit the Israelites to celebrate a feast in the wilderness. Pharaoh replied that he did not know their God and would not permit them to go. They told God what Pharaoh said, and God was angry about this. So God made 10 plagues, which are as follows: the Nile's water into blood, frogs, 3 is lice, 4 wild animals, 5 loss of livestock, 6 boils, 7 storms of fire, 8 locusts, 9 darkness in daytime, 10 death of first. Moses then started to lead his people out of Egypt. Meanwhile, Pharaoh had a change of heart and was in pursuit of them with a large army. Shut in between this army and the sea, God divided the waters so that they passed safely on dry ground. When the Egyptian army attempted to follow, God permitted the waters to return upon them and drown them. Moses was summoned by God to Mount Sinai. Moses stayed on the mountain for 40 days and nights, in which he received the 10 commandments directly from God. Moses then descended from the mountain with intent to deliver the commandments to the people. Moses led the Jews for 40 years in the desert because they kept asking God where the promised land was, so God made them circle the desert. Moses had died before they reached the promised land. He rose and the Lord showed him the promised land, but God would not let him go there.